All right. Good morning. Good morning. Did I promise I was going to be doing a TikTok live this morning at 9 a.m.? Yes, I did. I did. Awesome. Check me out. Hey, look me over. Actually, I'm kind of shiny today because I took a shower and I went out for a walk. Sorry about that. I don't always wear makeup, and that's okay. So good morning. Good morning, Karen B. Nice to see you. And Dawn Hager, nice to see you. And Nadra Max, nice to see you. And Timothy Belisle, nice to see you. And Terry Dickinson, nice to see you. I love this. This is so much my romper room thing. I'm also curious. Katie just joined in, and Jen B, she, her, nice to see you. Curiosity and Wonder, love that. Good morning, everybody. I'll say, so somebody's name is Curiosity and Wonder. I love curiosity, and I wonder where you are showing up from. What state of the country are you in? I love I love knowing where people, I just love visual. I love maps. I am in Pennsylvania, so it's 9 o'clock in the morning where I am, but I am just curious. What state of the union are you from, or maybe you're international. I don't know. I will say this. I think decluttering tends to be the clutter thing, to me anyway, seems to be like a US based thing, but you never know. Love this. Pittsburgh, PA, upstate New York. Love it. Cincinnati, Ohio, Virginia, Texas. Hey, look at us all. We're all over the world. We're the Nifty 50. I do not know that song though, but I will not. So therefore you're kind of lucky because I will not sing it. But hey, good morning, everybody. Nice to see you. I am, if we haven't met before, hello, Carolyn, nice to see you. Thank you for sharing and liking the live. There we go. Pittsburgh, loving the maps and decluttering. Lady Hawk, BFFs. I'm sure we have a lot in common in that respect. There we go. Virginia, born and raised, Connecticut, ancestry from Mississippi. Love it. My ancestry is from Massachusetts. I lived in Delaware for a while when I was dating my now husband, and now we've been in Pennsylvania for I was going to say a wicked long time, so you can tell you can take the girl out of Boston, but you can't take the Boston out of the girl. Am I right? Huh? Okay, Little Black Dog, nice to see you. Nick Knack 82, Jay Ellis. My goodness, we've got a nice group of people here, and we have the doors open. We're welcoming everybody here. Okay, and see, I love this. Already Jen B and Lady Hawk know that they're in Pittsburgh. Can I just tell you how much it delights me that when I show up to just turn on my thing to be able to do these things, it is not about me at all. This is how I am when I have parties. I love to connect people, and then what was that show where the people would dissolve after they did their thing? I can't remember. The guy with the hair. Anyhow, I get pop culture too much in my brain. But I love introducing people and allowing them to meet each other. I love that sense of community that we get when I show up to do a TikTok live. So good morning or good whatever, wherever you are. Martha and Beth, I am a Beth as well. My name is Beth, but I am Destination Decluttered. Well, I am because I am a decluttering life coach, and I help folks maybe like you with what you're struggling with. Clutter-wise and kind of otherwise. That's the life one. Quantum Leap. Thank you, Teresa. Yeah, not Touched by an Angel, close. But I was thinking of that because that had that lady with the long hair that was also on General Hospital, right? But Quantum Leap, that's what I was thinking of. It's like, my work here is done. Woo, right? And who knows, maybe that's what happens at the very end of life. But in the meantime, I am here to help you. My work here that I freaking love, and I want you to make it fun too, or I make it fun for you so you love it, is helping you get unstuck with your clutter. If you are cluttered, right here, I'm a map person, so you're road tripping people, okay? Notice when you look, I'm pointing to a little pretend pin in a map behind me. What I want to offer is, this is where you are right now, and if your life isn't rocking, if your house is cluttered, you can get to where your house is rocking, your house is decluttered, and your life is rocking. Okay, so that's what I'm here for. I am here for the next hour or so to answer your questions, to show you some tools to get from stuck to started. Now, I am as I said, I'm a decluttering life coach, so I do one-on-one decluttering coaching with clients. So if you're interested in that, you can go to my website, destinationdecluttered.com. What you do there, if you're interested in me being your life coach, first of all, this is how I coach. I am informal, I am Gen X, and I make it fun and relatable, and I help you take the overwhelm out of it. I get you moving. Yeah, what was it? I'm going to do, it was like, I help you show up when you want to give up, okay? Coaching helps you do that. When you show up for yourself, marvelous things happen. Every single time I meet with a client, we pretty much notice the positive ripple effect of just starting with the decluttering, because decluttering your home helps you declutter your life. And what does that mean? What it means is, at the very bare bones essence of it, I love to kind of just reveal. I don't like to talk in mumbo jumbo and, make things I like to make things so freaking clear and simple and show the framework behind things, pull the curtain behind. Really, to me, the way I coach and the way I love to think of it is decluttering is discovering who you are right now, and even better is who you want to be. Okay? So why do I say that? It's because decluttering is saying, I've got some stuff in my life that doesn't work for me anymore, and it's going to be okay for me to let it go. Right? When you let the stuff go that no longer works for you, what are you left with? Not nothing. You're left with the best stuff. You're left with the stuff that does work for you, that you do love, that you wear and you look good, that you eat and you enjoy, that you eat off of your plates that you love, that you drink out of glasses that you like, that your surfaces are clear of just the right amount of things for you. Okay? So just notice that. So as I said, I am a decluttering life coach. I am here doing a TikTok live, as I do often. And if you're interested in more of these, of what I do, I'm here to answer questions. So if you have a question, what is keeping you stuck with your clutter, pop it into the comments. This is a two-way street. I don't come here to talk. It's not about me. It's about you. Okay. Wow. Okay. Tamster Pegram. And I apologize. I'm doing the best I can with pronunciation. See, I can't even pronounce the word pronounce. Isn't that funny? Tammy is saying, I'm currently working with a hoarder that used to have a thrift store. Multiple houses packed. Tammy, you're doing good work. Thank you for doing that. Thank you for helping that hoarder. That is so important. Now, I help people. I do the one-on-one coaching on Zoom. I don't go into people's houses anymore. I used to do that, but I found it was so much more impactful the way I want to do it, which is from the Zoom and life coach bent. But check you out. Rock on with your bad self, and thank you for doing that. You're helping that a person, okay? Jack 10143 is saying, I've been doing five things to remove from my life per day, and it's working. Yes, a little bit at a time is the way to go. A little bit at a time is always going to be better than saying, I'm not going to do it until I have this. Stopping that all or nothing mentality just keeps you stopped. Okay. Junebug's Eyes says, I keep freezing. I can't even hear. It's on my end. I'm going to keep trying. Okay, maybe I'm thinking it's your connection, but if it's about your decluttering, just know that if you're frozen, you can get unfrozen. You can go from stuck to started. Okay, Carrie Anthony 805 is saying, how do you deal with a partner? Whoops, got a few things here. How do you deal with a partner that won't get rid of stuff? Okay, what I want to say is all of us. None of us are perfect. All of us have a story in our head about our clutter, about our stuff. It may not even be clutter. Remember that George Carlin thing? My stuff's good stuff. Your stuff is clutter, but my stuff is good stuff. Everybody, we all have a thought about our stuff that makes us feel a certain way, and we feel a certain way, we do a certain thing. This is this life coach kind of lifeline that weaves in through my clutter coaching, because it's true. You have this thing saying their stuff is clutter. It makes you feel discouraged. You want them to change it. What I want to offer Carrie and anybody else who's not living alone, but is living in a home with other people, is you have your own thoughts and feelings about clutter that make you do certain things with your stuff. Just notice your own. Get in tune with work on yourself first. Get curious about your thoughts and feelings about your stuff. Learn about yourself. Do different things with your stuff, and approaching it from a sense of curiosity and love. And when you learn how to better manage your things, you can show up and just lead by example. Don't boss somebody around, but lead by example. Say, what's working for me? Maybe this will help you. So just notice that. Get curious about, and ask them, why are you having such a hard, what? I'm just curious. Why, why? And then don't judge. Don't be like, why? But why? From your heart. Not like top down, like beaten up judgment, okay? SJ is asking, why does this make me feel so emotional? Well, you know what? Here, I don't know. I would be curious with curiosity and love. I would say why, and I would wait for you to answer. But what I would suggest is that our stuff is a certain extension of us. We bring things into our lives thinking they are going to make our lives better. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But the stuff that we surround ourselves with is a reflection on ourselves. And when this is kind of out of alignment, if the stuff you have isn't making you feel good, you might feel bad. But you may not know what you want, so you're hanging on to stuff that doesn't work because you don't know that there's stuff out there that does work. And the only way you can get the stuff that does work is to release the stuff that doesn't. I know it sounds kind of makes sense. Like you can't make, if you only have room for one, mixer on your counter and it doesn't work, you can't bring another mixer into and replace it until you get rid of the thing that doesn't work. Okay? So just notice this. And the thing that I love, and I love it, Renata the Grateful, I get overwhelmed just looking at it. I'll get to that in a moment. I promise. It's the number one question everybody always asks is, how do I get from overwhelm? There's actually a video on my TikTok page about it that gets more into depth in it. So if you go to my TikTok page and like my TikTok page, if you could, that'd be awesome. Thank you. You'll see the videos that I do, and there's one that's literally how to chunk down how to get from overwhelm to started. Okay? But what I want to offer is, this is the reason I call my coaching Destination Decluttered. First of all, I love travel. First of all, and I treat my life, I've learned how to change my life by treating it like a road trip, not a commute. There's a big difference. And a road trip and a destination in travel, you know what they have in common? A place you're excited to get to. Am I right? A commute, you're driving to someplace, you have to get there, it's work, it's commute, blah, blah, blah. A destination is like exciting. It's the beach. It's the home that looks and feels like you want it to. It's the life that looks and feels like you want it to. It is a place that when you think about it, I guess, Marika, it sparks joy. There's a little spark, there's a little ignition, there's sparkle. It's like, ooh, I want to go to there, right? So, SJ, just notice, what's your destination? Maybe you don't have one. You're saying, why am I even doing this decluttering? It doesn't even matter. We're doomed. I'm not saying that's you, but just notice, it's so much easier to declutter when you're aiming for a certain thing. When you say, and these are the questions I ask my clients when we start, your destination, so I'll give them to you for free right here, is what do you want your home to look like? What do you want to feel like when you're in your home? And also, because your home is supposed to make your life easier, how do you want your home to function? Answer those questions for yourself. Hang out in that energy of possibility. How do you want it to look? How do you want it to feel? How do you want to feel? Write those things down, and that will help you know what you're aiming for. Okay? Renata the Grateful, overwhelm. Overwhelm is an unhelpful thought that makes you get stuck. Overwhelm. Anybody, when you're overwhelmed, do you tend to make forward movement? No. You know why? You're looking at it too big. It's like if this was a road trip from where I am in Pennsylvania to Palm Springs, California, because I'm always using Palm Springs because I love the architecture there, right? Oh my gosh, how am I ever going to get there? I'm looking right now at a map of the U.S. and I'm like, I would have to go through that state and that state and that state and that state. That's a wicked lot of states. I'm exhausted just looking at it. I won't even try. But if I'm really excited to get there, and oh my gosh, I'm telling you, I really feel like, and I'm going to say this now because I'm going to see, I will make this come true. As I think it would be a fun parlay on my coaching, is I'm always talking about this metaphorical road trip to Palm Springs. I feel like I need to do a real road trip to Palm Springs and then coach every day, do my TikTok lives from the road every day. Wouldn't that be fun? Because I could really talk about what I was learning about the literal one. But what I will say is that I would be so excited to get there, but I also would be enjoying the journey because it's a road trip, okay? And in knowing how to get what you want while enjoying the process is how I coach. I make it fun, okay? So just notice that. Overwhelm is looking at it too big. You say to yourself, I know I want to get there, but what's one thing I could do today? One thing, just one. No pressure. What's one thing to do? And you know what to do. So much of this you already know what to do. You're just stuck. So how about this? Instead of sitting down, stand up. Stand up, move around, get your body moving. Say instead of that, I need to get my body moving. I need to move. I need to take action to do these things. And when I take action, I am moving closer. Even if it's putting trash in the trash bag, recycles in the recycles, dirty laundry in the washer, clean stuff out of the dryer, clean clothes away. Anything you can do. And I make it easy because there's systems and processes and categories and all sorts of really easy ways to remember what to do so that you just become the person who does it. Okay? All right, so Mama K Patriot says, inherited my dad's things, emotional attachment, fear of discarding his things, but I don't need them. Okay, Mama K Patriot, I love this because you noticed the number one thing, and I was just coaching a client on this moments ago, and I use this with every single one of my clients, and I'll share it with you, is you have a fear-based unhelpful thought that's keeping you hanging on to your dad's stuff. You even said, there's emotional attachment. I get that. That's a sentimental item, okay? When I talk about when I teach about the 3 levels of clutter with my clients, surface, stored, sentimental. Stored sentimental stuff makes you feel a feeling. It tells you a story. It's often either tells you a story about who you used to be or it was owned by somebody who you have feelings for, right? Fear of discarding his things. Notice the fear is keeping you holding on to things even though you know you don't need them. Just notice that. Do not judge, just get curious. What I would get curious about if I were your coach, and I can be if you want me to be your one-on-one coach, but I would say this. What are you afraid is going to happen if you discard them? Now, I will offer to you that oftentimes people associate, like, if I throw away their stuff, if I donate their stuff, if I sell their stuff, if I take their things that they loved out of my home, there's an association there that you're afraid that it's going to appear as if you do not love that person. Let me reassure you. You don't have to love their stuff to have loved the person. You do not, just because you loved on the flip side, I'm always about the flip side, just because you loved the person doesn't mean you have to love their stuff. They loved their stuff. That's good enough. You don't have to love it. God, I mean, my dad, I will share this with you, Mama Kay. My dad passed away, 13 years ago. He liked brown stuff. He liked colonial stuff. He was into hunting. So there's duck decoys and dead bird stuff and boy things and pipes and, whatever. Like his deal made his life, added value to his life. I didn't like his stuff. I don't like his stuff. His stuff is not my stuff. And that's okay. He doesn't like the things, he didn't relate to the things that lit me up. That is also okay. We can be ourselves without saying it means something to somebody else. So just notice that. When you have a fear thought, your fear is going to keep you hanging on to stuff. The opposite of fear, the way I coach, is love. Love makes you get curious and do the things that are going to make your life look and feel and function better. Okay? There we go. Oops, I hit the wrong button. There we go. I love it. Somebody said, Tammy was talking about working with a hoarder. Love it. You know what you just did. I love this. I love this. Chrissy is calling 1-800-GOT-JUNK. Great way to look at some things. There was some stuff. There we go. 1 hour at a time. Just start. It makes you feel great. Yep. There we go. The part about how I deserve clean counters was the only thing I love. Like, I don't deserve it. Notice, SJ, everybody, unhelpful thoughts make you feel like crap. When you feel like crap, you don't want to do anything or you want to cling on to stuff. The other thing is going to be an unhelpful thought. Notice an unhelpful thought. An unhelpful thought will always make you not do something and it makes you feel lousy. It also uses words of drama. Now, I like to over-emote the drama, even though I'm channeling my lovely actress friend Heather, and she does not act like this. This is why she's the actress and I'm not. But like, for example, Carrie Anthony 805 says, every surface in my house is cluttered. Every surface. Now, I'm kidding. Every surface. But notice the dramatic language. Now, it could be based in fact. How about this? Leach the drama out of it. Yes. Many, if not all, of the surfaces in my home are cluttered with clutter. But on the other hand, if you say that, it keeps you stuck. Oh, I'm so overwhelmed. Everything, all the time. Any of those superlatives, right? Is the superlative? I got to make sure I'm using the right word. But all the time, those dramatic words keep you stuck. Curiosity and objectivity help you kind of calm down the backseat driver thoughts, as I like to call them, that can keep you stuck. And say, you know what, maybe that's true, but What could you do today so that you could prove that wrong? You could change one surface, no matter how small, to being not cluttered, so that you could no longer truthfully say every surface. You could be like, many of my surfaces. Many is better than every. Notice how you think better, you feel better, you do better. Okay? That's how I coach. And if you like that, and actually I will say this too, I've got a email mailing list if you're interested in. DestinationDecluttered.com is where you find out how to become, I can become your coach one-on-one. I do a 10-week session in Zoom. I do have some availability in my schedule, so we can talk about that. It always starts with a consultation. So if you get to my website and you see a big button that says like schedule your consultation here, and I got a, what do you call it? Another screen. Sometimes I stumble on my words. Okay, yep. So I do have some consultation slots available Friday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. You'll see that when the calendar pops up and you can schedule yourself for one of those. That's where we have a conversation just about what you're struggling with and if I can help you and what coaching would look like. So that's that. But also I have a Destination Decluttered email mailing list. Now the neat thing about the mailing list is that it is kind of the step towards getting one-on-one coaching, but it is completely free. I do all sorts of fun things. Like next week we're doing a free group Zoom where it's kind of like this, only better, because you get to ask your questions, you get to meet the other people. It's kind of a good, it's a nice way of knowing you're not alone in the cluttering. You know what I mean? So DestinationDecluttered.com/join is how you get on the mailing list. You also get a habit tracker, and what else? Just some cool stuff, really cool stuff. I do not spam you, okay? I do not spam you. I only send you good stuff. All right. I don't want to clutter up your email box, right? So there's that. The other thing too is I do these TikTok lives and videos often, and I will always let you know, because I am really good at. I know how important it is to trust somebody. I know how important it is in the trust is to have somebody follow through with what they say and keep their promises to you and themselves. So I promise that I show up at certain times doing a TikTok live. Sometimes I will pop up unannounced, but I will always, if I'm on the grid, the digital grid, and I'm going to do some TikTok lives, there will always be a little schedule of those, like the little TV guide maybe on the top of my my TikTok page, pinned there, showing you when I'm showing up. So if you like what you're hearing and you need some motivation and some inspo and some things like that for the live, when you follow the page, you'll be notified of that. Okay, you can also pencil it in to say, oh, that's right, she's going to be live. I'm doing a TikTok live. Like I've got one. Oh my God, tomorrow's already Friday. Time is flying, people. God. Tomorrow morning I have another one, 8 a.m. Eastern. And then next week I'll do some. I have a flexible schedule. I love having a flexible schedule, so I am not regimented and written in stone. So I will do it, like a weekly basis. Just wanted to mention that. User 2668 is saying, I just cleared out 7 carloads of clutter. It's so freeing. We'll never have that much stuff again. Notice that. Notice how good it feels, and it feels so free and light. And just notice user 226, like we immediately will feel that betterness about when we declutter, but just notice the habits that got you there and change those habits. Get curious about how you got cluttered, because that's the way you can flip it onto the other side and not allow it to get cluttered again. And typically that is just becoming aware of the habits that got you there and stopping the unhealthy habits, saying, what would I rather do? And then starting another one, and even sometimes you could do like this, get your body moving, right? There we go. Okay. My otherwise respectful husband puts stuff into areas I just cleared. Always. It destroys my motivation, I assume Keylock would just say. Here's something I would offer. Maybe he's unaware of that. Maybe he's not doing it intentionally. Maybe he's thinking, oh, now we have a place to put this thing, right? Give him the benefit of the doubt. Also, I don't know, with curiosity and love in your heart, not judgment, love, curiosity and judgment, curiosity and love, not judgment, is say to him, hey, I don't know if you notice this, but you tend to be putting things in the place I just cleared, and you may not know this, but that aggravates the F out of me, okay? He may not even be aware of it, okay? Give him the benefit of the doubt. I bet he's trying not to aggravate you. Trust me. Who wants to be hanging around with an aggravated person, right? But just notice that, okay? And if he's otherwise respectful, he just may not know he's doing it. Like, oh, I didn't even realize I did that annoying thing. Trust me, I bet you do something annoying that you don't even realize you do. We're all human. We all do it. Oh, Lori is asking, what is website to join, please? Yes, destinationdecluttered.com, all one word. If you go to my TikTok page to like it, there is a link there that's like destinationdecluttered.com/links. If you click on that, that gets you to all the good places. I do have a presence on Facebook and Instagram for those folks that you know that may not be on TikTok that are struggling with clutter. So if you know somebody who's struggling with clutter, let them know help is available, okay? And okay, I still have toys for my kids, and they are 20 and 22. It's so hard to let go of them for me. Notice, Chi Slide, notice that you're saying it's hard for you to get rid of them. Of course, my dear, because that is a sentimental item. You remember when your kiddos were little, and it gets you in the feels, as the kids might have said back in the day, to realize that time is flying, and everybody, including ourselves, we are aging, and we are all getting closer to the time when we may not be here. Okay. Whoa. My glasses just not broke, but anyhow, I got those ones with the magnets, right? Anyhow, just notice that you are saving those toys maybe for you because it reminds you of when they were little. How about this? See if they want them. Even if they don't, have a time to be like, you know what? I would like to release some of these toys. Could you come over? Could you sit with me? Let's go walk down memory lane together about these toys you used to have. Let's create a good memory of going through these toys and then finding something good with them. So you have that memory of when you're both little, you could have like a bonding experience, okay? Make it feel better versus worse, okay? Okay. Yep, okay, if they don't want them, that's cool. But ask them to sit with you and indulge you to walk down memory lane about these, listening to your stories. You will always know a sentimental item because it tells you the story. And sometimes we want to share those stories with other people. You know what I mean? And if they don't want them, please, y'all, let's be the generation of people who break that chain of being attached to items that just weigh us down. If your kids don't want them, allow them to not be dragged down by them, okay? If we had learned that, we might not be here on TikTok talking about how we're stuck with our stuff, right? So just notice that. Also, you may not need to get rid of all of them. You can whittle it down, right? Any of this stuff is going to take circles. It takes time. You weed your garden and then you notice other things, and you weed your garden and you notice other things. There we go. Addison 8 is asking, in my purging process, I am down to the good stuff. How do I get rid of the good stuff? My question is, why would you want to get rid of the good stuff? Don't you want to be surrounded by good stuff? I bet you might have levels of good stuff. You want the right amount. We are like Goldilocks people. Not lack, not too much, not too little. We want just right. Not hot, not cold, just right. Hard, soft, just right. All those things, right? Only you can determine what your level is. And how you determine that, and notice where my hands are, is your heart, is your body, is knowing what those things are. How is it all the good stuff? Maybe you have too many quantities of all sorts of good stuff, but there's still a hierarchy. There's your favorites, right? You get your favorites, and you have the ones that aren't the favorites. Right, there we go. There we go. I want to see the tourist display behind you. Alrighty, so I've got some, let me think what I got here. I've got some vintage train cases that I only got because somebody released them to the wild because they did not want them anymore. I've gotten them from thrift stores and antique stores and free piles and all sorts of things. I store things in them. Those things have like my costume jewelry, probably my less frequently used things, my old postcard collection, probably some cassette tapes, but they're all organized, okay? Here are some books that I've written about actual road tripping, okay? Those are just a handful of the books that I've written in a past life about road tripping. So I know what I'm talking about in that way. And that's why I love using that info, okay? Bunch of other stuff there. All right, there we have. What else do we have here? I'm going to scroll back here, and again, oh my gosh, it's already 9:30. You guys, time is flying. Why? Just ask yourself, this is not a judgment question. Just ask yourself, why am I not moving? Why am I not moving my life towards what I want it to be? Not judgment. Don't judge. Get curious about what the roadblocks are in the way. And on the other side of that roadblock, get out of your car. Look at that roadblock. Move it aside. Move forward in your life. I help you do that as a coach, just saying. But it's just, life is so short. We never know how much time we have. Use that as a motivator to figure this stuff out before it's too late. The sooner you get to where your home is looking and feeling and functioning like you want it to, the sooner you just get to live in a home that looks and feels and functions like you want it to, right? Why wouldn't you be racing towards that awesome goal and also learning along the way at how to keep it that way, and learning skills that also like you can copy and paste into other areas of your life to do the same thing? Oh my God, there we go. M.A. Smith is saying, I started slowly this year, baby steps. I'm a work in progress, but so much better than last year. So many good things you just said there. Slowly, baby steps, work in progress, so much better. That is the good stuff, okay? There we go. I know I'm getting these things. I will say this. I am getting these out of order because when we have people here, a lot of them, I endeavor to try to answer most of the questions, but the way that TikTok shows them to me, they tend to just go by really quickly. So I try to make sure I get the heavy hitters. But just know that you're not alone. There's help out there. And you deserve to live a life you love. You can drive, where's my mug? I made this mug for myself to remind myself to drive your life in the direction of your dreams. Your dream home, your Barbie dream home. What does your Barbie dream home look like and feel like and function? Does it have a slide, right? Does it have a sparkly, whatever, and a crazy headboard? I just saw the Barbie movie last night. So what does your Barbie dream home look like? Get your home looking like you want it to look like. Doesn't have to look like anybody else's, doesn't have to look like Barbie's, shouldn't. Should look the way you want it to look and feel and function, okay? The other thing I wrote to myself on my own mug, so I reminded, listen to your co-pilot, not backseat drivers. So what do I mean by that? What I mean is, now oftentimes we think co-pilot in like a plane, and I'm often saying like this is your co-pilot speaking. To me, the co-pilot is that co-pilot seat when you're in the driver's seat of your car. You have unhelpful thoughts that are little scared kids in the back seat that whisper in your ear to tell you to stop, but you have another voice in your head, and I show up as the external representation of it that says, you got this, you can get started. Where do you want to go? I'm going to help you there. It's like your BFF on a road trip. I would say it's like your Thelma and Louise, but then they didn't have a good ending, so let's just say it's that best friend that says, wherever you want to go, I can help you get there. Let's do that. Let's create a map. Let's get excited to get there. Let's break it down. Let's figure out. Let's problem solve. Let's make it progress across the country to get to that place that we want and have fun doing it. Okay? That's your co-pilot voice. Listen to that voice in you, not listen to the discouraging things that keep you stuck. Catch yourself. Notice when you're listening to the unhelpful things that get you stuck, and just notice that you can easily, with practice, try and do this. Translate your unhelpful thoughts into helpful thoughts. That will help you feel better. That will help you get started. Okay? There we go. Here we go. I love it. Somebody just said, good morning, Clutter Crew. I love it. Yo, Clutter Crew, what do we have? Okay. I finally called 1-800-GOT-JUNK. They wanted $80 to take a couch. I give up. Okay. Chrissy Wolf, how about putting it away for free? Somebody, I think, said garbage pickup would take it. Give it away on Facebook. There are many ways you can release items. I do not underestimate, and I know some people, I'm going to sneeze for a sec, just so you know. I know some people live in a place with an HOA. We do not, but notice the power of a free sign. Some of the things I have in my home is because somebody put it out on their lawn for free, and I took it. I love it. It didn't work for them, it worked for me. So you notice there are many ways you can release items into the world so you don't have them anymore. What I want to offer to you is, how much is your peace of mind worth it? Is $80? If you spent $80 to get rid of that, the rest of your life you don't have that couch, how much would you spend for peace of mind? How much money would it be worth it to be like, if I spend this amount of money, my home is going to look and feel better? Maybe don't let that $80 get in the way. Now, that might be prohibitive for you. I can't answer that. But what I want to offer is you are worth it. You are worth getting that couch out by hook or by crook. Okay? Here we go. What else do we have here? Here we go. Oh, that's cool. Annalisa is saying, hi, just want to say thank you. My hubs is hearing a lot of ideas I've heard from you. Okay, here's the deal, guys. I was talking to a client this morning on a coaching call about this. Use me in your life as an excuse to mix stuff up, to stop doing the things that aren't working and start doing the things that are. Use it as a conversation starter. You know, I was on TikTok this morning and I saw this decluttering life coach. She's kind of fun. She's Gen X. She makes it easy. And she was saying that we should just, that all of our clutter is just 3 levels: surface, stored, or sentimental. I wonder why those things are. That we tend to, have things in our house that don't work, that used to work for us and now don't. And it's going to feel better and function if we get rid of it. What do you think of that, hon? Kind of cool, huh? Kind of neat idea. Plant seeds, play the long game. Don't boss people around, but just share, be excited about the information you're learning, and come from that energy of just wanting to share a cool idea that you've never thought before. I love learning stuff. I love discovering things and sharing it. I always have. That's why I used to write about vintage roadside places, because I love discovering places and wanting to share them with the world. Now, sadly for me, those places aren't around as much as they were. And also I want to do different things with my life. But I love discovering what can help you make your life better than you have it, and sharing that with you so you can use it too. All right? There we go. Oh, there we go. Here's a voice from the other side. I just sold my house after 20 years of raising 4 kids here, and there's so much, it's freeing. Notice it. Okay? Yep, there's going to be emotions attached to some things that you're decluttering, but not all. And nobody says you have to declutter a damn thing. It's all up to you. What I say is start with the easy stuff. The surface clutter, the stored clutter, the clothes, the stuff in your laundry. You can declutter so much of your home without ever once dealing with anything emotional. And when you do that, it's going to look and feel better, and you're going to get practice. You're going to get practice making a decision about the stuff in your home and your life that makes you feel good or makes you feel not so good. Okay? Interesting. Ranger Mom is saying, I have so much trouble with laundry. I wash it, but have trouble folding and putting it away. I would just get curious. If I were your coach, I would come with curiosity and love and say, what's the trouble folding it? And we would talk about it. We would walk slowly through your process to find out what the unhelpful thoughts were that have you having trouble folding and putting it away. That's what, you can do it on your own. It's like a road trip, you guys. Again, I always come back to the road trip. I have been on a road trip before alone, and it was fun to a certain extent, but it would have been so much more enjoyable and easier if I had somebody along with me. That's what coaching is. Coaching is having somebody there with you to help you when it gets tough, that has been on that road before, then say, I know this road is going to be rumbly now, but I've driven here before and I know how to get through it, so I will teach you how to do it. So when I'm not with you, you can do it yourself. Okay? That's why I love the one-on-one coaching so much. It is the fast track for you to get from where you're stuck to where you want to go. Okay? You can do this on your own. It just takes longer, and it can be exhausting and discouraging. I make it fun. You just get better results in a shorter amount of time with coaching. And not to be coaching is great, but trust me, my life has been revolutionized when I said, I need help, and I'm going to pay for it because I'm worth it. And it has come back to me. It has been such a wonderful investment in my life. And I'm sharing with you that it's worth it. Okay? There we go. All right. All of my life you have been is saying, do you sell the things you've cleaned out? I've got a big pile of stuff that I feel has value, but I don't know how. So first of all, I would say this. You feel it has value. Check to see if it has value. Google search. What are people paying for the stuff you think has value? Then you have a number to say, is my time worth getting that money? Only you can answer that. I used to sell things a lot on eBay. Way back in the day, I swear I made my rent back 20 plus years ago by selling stuff that I collected when eBay was new. I thought that was a fun way of doing things. I sold vintage items. That was fun for me for a while until it wasn't. And I realized I wanted to spend my time elsewhere and the money wasn't worth it. But get curious about if everybody who's thinking this might be worth something someday. I think there's even a movie out now about Beanie Babies. Just get curious and look today on the internet to see what you have, what it's worth now, and decide if you want to sell it or do you just want to give it away. Okay? There we go. Right, Mojo Doja Casa things. Now I get that. I love it. There we go. All right, what do we got here? Value is only realized when you make the money. Yep. And also realizing that how much time it took you to make the money. Only you can prevent forest fires. My Gen X brain wants to say, only you can decide if it's worth it to you to do the selling. Some people love it, some people don't. I used to love it, now I don't. That's okay. Right? There we go. Okay. Meredith is asking, good morning. General guide for clothing. I haven't worn 6 months in a year, etc. Yes. Show up in love for yourself and curiosity. Why haven't I worn this? If you're not wearing it, I think the easy thing is if you're not wearing it now and you don't think you're going to wear it in the future, donate it somewhere so that somebody else will wear it. If you think you're going to wear it, then put it in storage and give yourself a timeline. Put a date on it to say, I put it away on what? August 10th of 2023. 6 months from now is February. See if you're wearing it in February. Get curious, but get curious. Why aren't you wearing it? And listen for the answer. And then decide if you think you're going to wear it again or not. There we go. My dad-in-law had a storage space with beer cans, and I couldn't give them away. Yes, notice that sometimes people think things are valuable. Value is in the eye of the beholder, and just because they were important to him, they brought joy to him during his life, but it doesn't mean it's going to bring joy to anybody else on the planet, right? That's okay. He had fun with them, playing with his toys while he was alive. You don't have to have fun with his toys, okay? What else do we have? Oh, there you go. Lori6 just said joined and on YouTube, so thank you very much. Oh, and I even have somebody signing up for a consultation. Awesome. I'm assuming it's somebody from this TikTok Live, so I'll just let you know. I am on TikTok Live now for the next 19 minutes, and then after that, I'll get back to you and we'll set up that consultation and make it happen. So thank you. Yes, so in case you're just tuning in, because I see some new names, I'm Beth, Destination Decluttered. I do one-on-one decluttering life coaching via Zoom for a 10-week package, but I also show up, and so if you're interested in me being your coach, go to my website, destinationdecluttered.com. The first step is to do a consultation with me. But I also do these TikTok lives to just honestly to let you see who I am and what I do and how I do it, so you can decide before you even get onto a consultation whether you think we're going to be a good fit. I know I'm not the right fit for everybody, and that's okay. There's a shoe for every foot. I don't know. I'm kind of making stuff up. That's how my brain works. But just doing that. Okay. All right. What do we got here? Some good stuff here. All right. I have a hard time putting away things because it doesn't all fit. Okay, yeah. If it doesn't fit, notice that. If it doesn't fit and you think you want to be that size again, give yourself the opportunity. Y'all, give yourself the opportunity to be the person you think you want to be. If you think you want to be a different size, that's cool. Put those clothes, get them out of circulation, because you've got stuff that's in circulation. The stuff that's jamming you up, even just think about this, the stuff that's jamming you up, that's making your life cluttered, is the stuff that you're not using, the stuff you're not wearing, the stuff you're not eating, okay? When you remove that stuff, you make room for the things to make circulation just more easilier, right? Okay, there we go. Leslie O'Leary is saying, great idea. I'm going to clear at least one surface today. I will offer this to you, Leslie and somebody else, everybody else. I mentioned, so I do these TikTok lives, and folks have told me that they love listening to them, maybe a bit of like a Pavlov's dog, but harnessing the time and energy that comes out of these lives to motivate themselves to get up and declutter while the live is going on. So I would, anybody would say, hey, give that a shot. See if things work for you. Be curious, experiment, play with this and see if that works for you. Because I'm on for another, and as the minutes are tipping, so 17 minutes or so, you could get a lot done. 17 minutes is a long time. It really is, right? So I'm going to clear at least one surface today. Leslie O'Leary, I don't know your situation, but maybe you could get up now from wherever you are. Maybe you could start to even do that. Everybody, you could do that. But the other thing too is I do download these lives after they've been recorded, and I upload them to the Destination Decluttered YouTube channel, so that at your leisure, when you have some time and energy and you want to declutter, you can pop it on in the background like a podcast and get some motivation to remind yourself of why you're doing this. And you know why you're doing it is because you want to drive your life towards, you want to be living the life of your dreams. But in order to get there, you need to drive there. And you learn things on that road trip that help you stay there, okay? There we go. What else do we have here? I'm answering questions. What do we got? Gave 4 bags of size S clothes to a college girl, and life is so much better. Yeah, everybody, we're all changing at all times. We are. We're not the same size we were when we were 2 or 8 or 10 or 14 or 24. I wish, you know what I mean? Yeah, not even wish. Can you imagine? It would be weird if you're like in your 50s and the size and you were only like 3 foot, like, you know what I mean? Like, anyhow, I don't want to, what I'm saying is we as humans evolve. We evolve physically, and ideally we evolve mentally too. and your body is going to change, and that's okay. I am saying that to you as much as I'm saying it to myself, because I am a different shape and size and weight and texture than I ever have been in my life. And that's okay. It's supposed to happen. It's part of nature. And instead of fighting it, I'm going to, endeavor to eat better and walk more and all these things. And I do those things, but I'm also realistic. So the clothes that used to fit me, I am myself slowly giving them away, knowing somebody else is going to look awesome in them. There we go. There we go. Ellen just said, putting away a basket of clothes that has been sitting there. You're blowing my mind. I'm glad I found you. I'm glad you found me too, because you know what? I love that I can use the power of the internet to connect up with folks, to just remind you that you deserve to live in a home where the laundry's put away. A home where you look around and it looks better so you feel better, right? There we go. I'm inspired, says Benetta Caston. I've been saying tomorrow I'm going to declutter a certain cabinet, getting on it. Yeah, notice how you go from stuck to started. Notice how, this is coaching. Everybody, this is coaching right here. You're getting free coaching. Is how can you get, when you find yourself stuck, what can you do? How can you learn? I teach you that. How can you learn to get started and use that process over and over again? And the cool thing is, not just about the clutter, but once you learn about it in your clutter and you practice in your clutter, you can use this way of thinking and doing in all areas of your life. There we go. Tamara says, how do you decide what to keep as memories of your kids' stuff and not keep too many things? Tamara, what I would offer too is, think about this with everybody, is maybe start a container, a tote for one kid, each kid, and say once it gets that full, you need to go through it. Go through it with your kids too. Allow both of you to relive the memories. They may have memories of those things that you don't have, and vice versa. And also let it be okay that you can have those memories, but not hang on to all these things. I know many of us do this because we might have come from an era where our decluttering happened at us, that our parents, our mothers, sadly, were trying to get a hold of things, so they might have pitched things and thrown them away, and you feel bad that somebody threw your stuff away, so you hang on to things. You're trying to repair that damage that you felt. But sometimes hanging on to too much stuff can also weigh people down. Maybe the future generations don't want that. Allow them to evolve into a generation that doesn't have a lot of, physical stuff to weigh you down. We are going to a digital age. They probably own a lot of, movies, or they, have access to a lot of stuff that we didn't by owning it. Okay. There we go. Ellen just says, learned behaviors that I don't want to pass on to my children. Amen to that. Now, I don't have kids, but I have nieces and nephew, and I don't expect them to like anything in my house. That's okay. I have a few things that I have inherited that are more of a family heirloom thing, that are very small, that I want to pass along to them when I'm no longer here. But I do not expect them, and I'm not going to guilt them into liking any of my stuff. When we die, with the exception of some things that might be worth some money on the market, but who knows, I would say we will have clear instructions. It's all about up here. Even if we never move a thing here, having a plan and communicating that plan of what you want to happen to your stuff starts up here with you. What do you want? What stuff do you want in your life now? And what stuff do you not want? And if you don't want it in your home now or in the future, help the other generations and get rid of that stuff. Doesn't mean you have to empty your house completely, but align your stuff to just the stuff that helps you. Okay? There we go. Yep. User Debbie 2 is saying, my parents were depression babies and they saved a lot. Now that they are, not that they are at fault for my problem, but just knowing where they come from. Knowing where you come from as a baby of a generation baby, a depression baby. Noticing just up here the thoughts you have about your stuff that make you feel a feeling, that make you do a thing. There we go. GGX 2000, the notebook is a game changer for me, keeping me organized and productive. So in case you don't know it, when I coach, and when you're on the mailing list, I have done a couple of free workshops for people from the Destination Decluttered email mailing list. So if you want to get on that list, destinationdecluttered.com/join. You get a bunch of free stuff. And what I want to say is, get the thoughts out of your head. Write them down on paper, and write them down in a consistent place. I know how cluttered it can be when you have notes to self all over the place. That doesn't help. Practice getting them down in one place so you can look at them. Okay? There we go. And when you do that, you see what's going on up here, and you can make better decisions. And there's no way you can see your thoughts while they're up here. One of the pinned posts on my TikTok page, which you haven't liked it. Could you like it? It's just fun to see the numbers grow because it means what I'm doing is helping people and I want to help people. So the more I know I'm helping more people, the more I will show up. Okay, so you're helping me, I'm helping you. It's kind of a nice tango, cha-cha maybe. What I want to offer is, damn it, I lost my thought because I was thinking, is it a mambo? I like the bossa nova? That's where my brain went, right? So anyhow, yes, writing down the things from your head. Oh, that's what I was going to say. If you go to my TikTok page, one of the pinned posts that I did that I'm really proud of because it took me a while to do it, and I got delicious spaghetti afterwards, is thinking about the thoughts in your head as spaghetti, dumping them out, looking at them, and deciding which ones you want to keep or not. Because get rid of the stuff that isn't working for you. Thoughts, items, people, I don't know, But when you remove the things that don't work, you just give more room for things that do work, okay? And having a consistent place to write down your stuff gives you peace of mind to know that when you go to look for that idea or thought or list of things to do, that you have a place to do it. I do it all the time, and I am able to get so much more done of stuff that I have to do, stuff that I want to do, all the good things, because I also schedule it, and that's another part of it. Alrighty. Chris T is saying, I'm moving in a few months, and I've been decluttering like crazy, and it feels great. We think decluttering is going to be painful, it's going to be arduous, no. Can you see how many people are saying how awesome it feels, how great it feels? It feels good to take action, making your life better. Okay, there we go. I give away a cup, sentimental to me now. I wish I did not. Every time I get a coffee, I think about it. Well, you know what? Kit Kat's so cool. I get it. I have occasionally regretted getting rid of something or getting something out of my life that I kind of wish I had. But if you keep on telling yourself your story, you're just allowing yourself to feel bad. Stop yourself when you say that story and start rewriting a new story. Okay? Stop yourself. Everybody, this is how we work. Stop the unhelpful thoughts. Start the helpful ones. Put your little traffic cop sign up there, your little stop sign. Stop the unhelpful. Start the helpful. All right? It's making you feel like crap to feel like that. Oh, I wish I had that. Oh, I wish. I mean, feel free to hang out in that space, but it must feel like poop, right? Who wants to hang out in lousy feelings? Stop the lousy, start the good. Start the helpful, the encouraging, the feeling better, okay? That stop sign. Stop in the name of love before you break your heart, okay? Stop in the name of love. Love yourself enough to stop in the name of love. Look at me, I'm one of the Supremes, right? Before you break your heart. Stop doing the unhelpful stuff. Love yourself enough to stop the unhelpful and start the helpful. Now I'm thinking, without the needy and not the greedy. Now I'm doing, was it in vogue? Never gonna get it, never gonna get it. That's where, this is how I show up. I don't apologize because this is who I am. And in these days of AI and filters and everybody trying to be so perfect like a robot, I am such a human being. I am Gen X of an age with wrinkles and shiny skin and short hair and a pop culture vein running through me that comes out. It's my love language, right? I think it's fun when we connect over these common things, that we can make each other laugh, because when we're connecting and laughing and having a good time, that's when the magic happens. That's when things are fun, and that's when you can learn something and apply it to your life, okay? So just notice that, There we go. Marianne is saying, I recently decluttered my office and it feels amazing every time I walk into that space. Can you imagine? You could start today. You can do it. You can do so much of this on your own. If you want to get there quicker, I can be your coach. It's easy. I make it so easy. My clients will attest to you. There are testimonials on my website of people that have loved and coaching and benefited from it, okay? If you want to get there quicker, coaching will get there. If you want to do it on your own, it just takes a longer amount of time, but it feels so good, like Chuck Mangione would say, right? So what I want to offer is you deserve it. Stop the unhelpful in the name of love. Start driving towards a destination. Road trip, people. Drive in the direction of your dreams. You are the driver, okay? I would love to. We only get like 6 minutes here. What I want to offer is this. You, my friend, my dear, you are, in your entire life, you have always been and you always will be in the driver's seat of your life, in the driver's seat of your car. You are in control, but sometimes you forget that. Sometimes you forget it because you hear the whispers from scared little kids in the back seat who don't want you to change, fear of change, whispers in your ear and says, don't move forward. You have another voice, though, that when you quiet down those voices, when you realize that they are the ones that's stopping you, you say, aha, I'm going to stop listening to you. I'm going to quiet things down, and I'm going to listen for, as Jen Sincero would say, the hollerings of your heart. I'm going to listen for that whisper from the co-pilot seat, not the backseat driver is telling you to go where they want you to go, which is to not go anywhere and just stay stuck and not change. You have a BFF in your heart. It could be God, it could be your soul, it could be the universe, it could be just an imaginary feeling, but this is the one that whispers to you, you got this. You can do this. Where do you want to go? If you tell me where you want to go, if you create this destination, I can help you get there. We can get there, okay? And we can make it easy and fun. When we calm down the backseat drivers, know that they're coming from fear, they're just trying to protect you. Stop listening to them. Start listening to your heart. Start listening to your internal voice and start making your home even. Not even your whole life. Maybe making your life the way you want it to look and feel is too overwhelming. That's fine. Chunk down the overwhelm. How do you want your home? How do you want one room in your home to look and feel and function? You deserve even that one room. And once you learn how to do that one room, you use that same process, copy, paste, lather, rinse, repeat, all that, to do another room and then another room. And it gets easier. Every time you do it, it gets easier, takes less time, feels better. The better increases, the worse decreases. And you can use this process to change other areas of your life. You know? What's your advice if we have a room that's overwhelming? Ellen is saying, everybody always asks about this, and I'm happy to answer. Will said that there is a video that I did that I posted on my TikTok page very recently about getting overwhelm. Overwhelm. Think of the word over. The opposite is down. So I would like you to do this. I would like you to slow it down. Take some deep breaths. Breathe down into your body. To write it down. What do you want that one room to look like before you even start? Write down how you want it to look. Chunk it down. Okay, if that's how I want it to look, how can I make it into smaller bits so I can get started? Over to down. Ellen, that's what's going to get you started. And you just need to start by writing it down, calming down, breathing down, chunking it down, writing it down. Okay? There we go. User Debbie just signed up for the newsletter. Oh, I see a bunch of people signing up for the newsletter. That's cool. We have a, just so you know, you're going to know it when you get your welcome email, but there is an invitation. There's a Zoom link to a group Zoom that I'm doing next week on Tuesday. So if you want to be in on the group Zoom, I do it once a month. It's free just for the people on the Destination Decluttered list. I like to say on the list because my husband's a musician and I kind of get used to being on the list to be like, oh yeah, I get the cool stuff. I'm on the list. I get to go backstage. I'm on the list. I don't pay for tickets. I'm on the list, right? So I want you to get that kind of on the list feeling by knowing that you're kind of in the cool kid club and it's free. It's the Destination Decluttered mailing list. You also will get first dibs on when I have availability for consultations to become one of my clients. I am getting slightly maxed out with my clients, which is a lovely feeling for me. I don't want to overwhelm it. But when I am able to, if I ever get to a point where, because I'm always trying to help as many people as I can, as well as myself, feel good about it, is if I max out and I have a waiting list, the people on the Destination Decluttered mailing list will always be the ones that get first dibs on one-on-one time with me via coaching. Okay? There we go. There we go. Denolin Queen says, I decluttered my kitchen counter while listening. I'm feeling good and proud. So this is the thing I want to just end with, okay? Go Queen, exactly. How do you get the newsletter? Easy peasy lemon squeezy. DestinationDecluttered.com/join. Go there, sign up, wicked easy. Also, if you think after this hour that I've done on TikTok that you want me as your one-on-one coach, that starts with a consultation just to make sure we're a good fit on many levels. You tell me what you're struggling with, if it's a good fit. It's just a free consultation, totally casual on Zoom. And how you start that is going to my website, DestinationDecluttered.com, and there's a big old button that says, work with me. Sign up for a consultation. A calendar pops up. You select a time that works for you from the consultations I have. Just so you know, it only goes out about a week because I travel. And so if you don't see a time that works for you, just note that if you're on the mailing list, you'll know when I've added more ones. So just notice that, okay? what I want to offer to you, and thank you for everybody who's just joining. I hope that if you're just joining, a couple of things. I am signing off, but I want to leave you with some stuff that will help you. First of all, Destination Decluttered. I do TikTok lives, I do TikTok videos, but I am a one-on-one Zoom coach. So no matter what state of the union you're in, I can help you. I'm a one-on-one decluttering life coach. So I help you get your life from where in your home, looking from how it looks now to where you want it to. But we also learn a different way of thinking and habits so that you stay that way. You also use this for other areas of your life. And what it really comes down to is doing it so it doesn't just look good on the outside, but it feels good on the inside. Because when you feel good on the inside, so many more things are possible. Okay? I love this. Also, Pam, the dog lady, just said, when you get offline, I'm going to do 30-minute session. Awesome. Accountability works. I will say if you think it's helpful to just have me running on in the background, which many people do, like a podcast, I will be saving this and downloading this TikTok live as well as all of my others. I upload them to the Destination Decluttered YouTube channel. So right now, even Pam, you could go to the Destination Decluttered YouTube channel, find one that you haven't attended, put it on in the background like a podcast, and I can keep you company so you're not alone while you're decluttering. It's so much better. It's like a road trip. A road trip alone is okay, but when you have somebody next to you in the passenger seat as a co-pilot, helping you get there, encouraging you, motivating you, getting you stuck, getting you started when you get stuck, championing you getting where you want to go, it's just so much easier and so much more fun. Okay? There we go. Do it. So motivating. I will see some of you tomorrow morning when I do a TikTok live. If you want to know when that is, go to my TikTok page, like my page. You'll see the schedule there. And again, just remember, you deserve to drive your life towards the destination of your dreams. Okay? You got this. All right? I know, I love it. Ellen just said, just subscribe to YouTube and join on website. I can't wait to see how my life feels in the month. Ellen, let me leave you with this. You don't have to wait. Because when you start today and do a little bit of decluttering, you will already feel how that destination is going to feel, which is better and awesome because you know you can do this, okay? All right, my friends, I will see you tomorrow. Bye. 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 I think I should let him go.